Hi everybody, this is Andreas Nest, business coach. Today I'm talking to Robert Bentley and he runs a company called Fabrico. I just wanted to learn more about his business and his journey so far. So Robert, thanks for seeing me, much appreciated.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
So where would you like to start?
Well, we could start with my initial foray into business.
Absolutely.
I suppose, which would be a good starting point. I went into the sort of mobile disco business when I was 22. That was my first operation, and
what was that, straight after uni or college or?
Whilst I was at uni, yes.
Whilst I was at uni,
I worked in Manchester, in Glasgow, in southwest London over about a period of 13 years.
What was your
with my little
mobile
disco business?
Wow, okay.
The sort of thing that you learn when you're running a new business is how can you be bigger than you really are?
Okay.
So
look bigger than you really are.
Yeah.
To attract bigger clients.
Yeah. In the local rag, there was a list of mobile DJs.
Yeah.
And they were just a listing, and I thought, well, if I put a little sort of 2 centimetre by 2 centimetre ad with a catchy little rhyme,
right,
that will stand out a bit.
Okay.
So I did. But it's amazing how many skills you pick up and learn on the hoof. Once you're working with individual customers. They've got a very specific requirement that you have to sort of learn and understand. And once you get through all the logistics of actually being there and setting up, you've got to gauge your audience, because your audience will be sitting around.
Yeah. As a DJ, you've got to feel them, right?
Eating
what mood are they in?
Yeah, that's right. You know they want to have a good time. It's a bit of group psychology. So you're looking to understand the setup you've got. So
is it all about engaging with the customers and trying to understand where they are and what they want? Is that the lesson you've learned?
In a very instant sort of way, and then giving them what they want. Your turnaround time is the time it flips to sort of find a record and stick it down.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I learned from that experience was about how to satisfy people, and how to keep things nice and pacey, and how to give them a good experience.
Because that's what it's all about, right? I guess you get referrals out of that, and you can always measure on the fullness of the dance floor how effective your gauging is, isn't it? That's the ultimate measure.
The KPIs for running a disco, very easy.
Fill the dance floor.
That's
And then what came afterwards?
Well, I was doing a PhD in plant science.
All right.
And realised that I was never going to come up with that breakthrough finding. And then I found these things called computers, where you could actually put in a few figures and get the results straight away. That led to a job with an IT consultancy.
Right.
So I went straight from working in a lab to this management consultancy.
And what did you do for them?
So the software was great, and we would go out to clients' companies, and we were working for NHS trusts, which were just emerging at that time, and also some big blue chip companies.
And you were in sales, yeah? You were selling that, or you were?
I was supporting the sales process, but primarily working on the implementation.
Right. Very good. And then what happened then?
What happened then was the early '90s recession came on, and people like me
were laid off.
Laid off. Yeah. So I spent the '90s working for a training company, and then a sort of a government agency. So so I had this bag of analytical skills. I had my sort of presentation, communication skills from getting up and doing mixed mastery stuff and things, and a burning desire to start my own business again.
Right.
But I didn't know what it was in. I remember walking into Lloyd's Bank one lunchtime in a sort of one of those I'm going to sort this out. And
getting a loan first before the idea. Or?
Basically, I sort of went in and I spoke to the bank manager, because in the days when you could just walk into a bank, speak to the bank manager, and say, I want to start my own business. How do I do it? How can you help? So
I see.
Go through the whole the rigmarole of starting up things. And they said, what exactly is your business in? Well, I haven't quite decided yet. Possibly sort of quality assurance, but I'm not quite sure. We did set up a business in 2000, which was a funding consultancy. For the last 4 or 5 years, I developed all skills and expertise in bidding for funds from government, from regional bodies, from European Union, on a whole range of training and business support projects.
So organising investments, organising funding for businesses.
Yes.
Right.
That's right, and that's what I did. Well, that's what I've been doing. For some period of time ever since, and that was funding from various sources to deliver social inclusion, training, business support projects. We managed to dine our way around Europe on various transnational projects, which was good fun. I worked in Poland for 3 years. We set up an office in Krakow and so forth.
Okay, cool. And any challenges along the way? I mean, despite the financial crash in 2008, I guess that must have hit you a little bit.
Yeah, that knocked out 80% of my customer base. so
Bang.
So that was.
So how did you overcome this?
We downsized the team and we diversified into other projects and other activities. So I got more into sort of mainstream business consultancy and marketing consultancy until I started teaming up with 1 or 2 colleagues that I felt that I could really start again with a good idea and with a viable enterprise that I was actually really enthusiastic about.
And what good idea was that?
Well, that was setting up Fabrico. I think the spark for it was when we had our own home renovated in 2012, 2013. We bought a rundown semi-detached.
So can you explain a bit more about Fabrico? What actually is that company doing?
What Fabrico is a one-stop shop for homeowners that want a piece of work undertaken. So it could be a home extension, could be a new build, could be a renovation project, something of that sort of
scale. So property development.
Working with homeowners to develop and improve their own projects and property development on a very small scale. So in terms of the marketplace, we sit between your sort of local building contractor who will come in and do odd jobs and so forth, but we'll always work with quite a small radius, and will be sort of limited to their own skill sets. And of course the big boys, that we don't.
So you see yourself as a facilitator, more or less.
If I could grandly say we're a concierge service for the construction sector.
Right. Okay.
We're a one-stop shop. You can come talk to us, and we will organise, facilitate, and then project manage the project itself.
So any challenges along the way of setting this up and getting it going? And
the people we've spoken to said this sounds like a great idea, because lots of people have had less than perfect experiences with their own home improvements. I've teamed up with Matt, who's a builder, and Andy, who's a designer, and we formed a superb little team. We've got a great mix of skills, a mix of experiences. And a mix of decades as well. Because Matt's the young buck, fortunately, because he's out on site. In terms of the challenges, it's the same one for any sort of startup business, because we formally launched Fabrico back in June. It's to promote awareness and let people know more about us.
So it's all about the marketing and the PR and all
that.
That's
right.
And how are you doing this? What methods are you using?
A lot of the digital marketing is through creating the website and the social media. they look like a good reputable.
Yeah,
It goes
yeah.
back to what I said at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's about sticking that bigger ad,
Yeah.
and people say, oh, they look good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's a lot about the appearance, the presentation, and
Yeah.
how we present ourselves, and then of course living up to that
Absolutely.
expectation in the eye of the customer. But yeah, very 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 responsive in terms of getting back to customers with proposals,
Yeah.
and then getting the work.
So is it all about first class service and then delivery, of course?
It's about it's about first of all understanding what it is the customer actually wants. How we work.
So have you got any tips for business founders that are in a similar situation that you are? Can you give them any advice that you think is important to consider when they're moving forward?
Make sure you're really passionate about what it is that you do. You know, in the past, I've been in situations where I've been asked to undertake something, get involved in the project, and if your heart and soul isn't in it, that shows. People looking to start up their business or looking at how to promote it, think about themselves first of all and get their character, get their personality oozing through their website. Make sure their social media posts and contents are very real. That even if they've got an outside agency to work with it, that it's got their stamp on it.
Yeah.
And using video is a great way of communicating as well. So so that people can understand the people behind the business thing. As you know, Andreas, people buy from people.
People buy people. Yeah.
That's
great.
If I was in any position to offer business advice, that's something
that's obviously something you're passionate about as well.
Yes, yeah.
So what's the next big thing for Fabrico? Yeah.
We've got some cracking projects lined up for 2019. We have some home renovation projects of the sort of size and scale that we can really show our credentials in. So we're very, very pleased about those.
Yeah.
Going right up to a barn conversion project that is currently going through planning.
Yeah.
That will be an opportunity for us to use things like home tech and environmental tech, and really come up with a kind of a real grand design type design, right. And that's where we sort of aspire to being able to produce for customers. We'll be having our own premises and our own workshop, so we'll be able to actually manufacture units, doors. So that will all have a sort of a made in Hampshire, made in Britain feel to it, and very very bespoke.
And all bespoke.
Yeah. So that we know customers like, because they go to other kitchen suppliers, and they want something different.
Absolutely.
And a third part is we're building up our base of tradespeople, right. Professionals. And,
so you're adding more people to the mix, yeah?
Yeah, and these we regard as members, because we are in a sense a trade association where our members join us and have sort of certain benefits, not just work opportunities, but other sort of business support services that we bring in from trusted partners.
So looking back over your long career, is there a moment where you were really proud of yourself? Thought, really that was a breakthrough moment for me. Is there anything like that?
Got some great results when we secured government funding for some key projects.
Yeah, and that's brilliant. Well, Robert, it's been smashing talking to you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time. Absolutely great. And for you folks out there, there's two things that I picked up from that. One of them is that Robert mentioned a KPI at the beginning when he was a DJ, and his KPI was full dance floor, job done, and keeping people happy. Now I question, what is your KPI in your business that measures your success? And the other thing is that you mentioned is all about authenticity, right? Be yourself. Do not try to be somebody else, but be actually the person who you are. And don't be some fake, okay? Be yourself and be good. So have a good week, and I speak to you again. Bye-bye.